Brittany. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. So my husband and I just bought our very first house. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the description box. You can see our empty house tour, but we haven't moved in yet. We bought the house a week ago. We're going to move in starting on Monday, so the week of Thanksgiving. So before, hi, you saying hi? So before we move in, we really want to shiplap our bedroom. We're not gonna do the whole bedroom. We are just going to do one wall, which is going to be the accent wall. And we figured before we move everything into our brand new home with like furniture and stuff, it would just be so much easier to do it before we have a bunch of stuff in our house. We just got our walls painted. They were like a beige tan, and we weren't feeling that. So we had the ceilings painted white, and then we got all of the walls painted gray. So that was done. What is today? Today's Saturday. So they actually finished painting yesterday. You're helping Daddy? Good job. So now that the painters are officially out of the house and they are done, we can come in and start doing the shiplap. Now, I will say this. We've never done shiplap before, ever. We don't necessarily know what we're doing. We've watched a lot of tutorials, we've read a lot of blogs. It seems easy enough, but this is definitely going to be trial and error, and hopefully we get it right the first time. So if you're clicking on here to see like a professional tutorial or something like that, this is not the video. This is basically just gonna be like a transformation of our bedroom. So I'll go ahead and quickly just give you like an overview of our room just so you can kind of see what we're gonna do to it. So starting here, this is like the entrance to our bedroom. So as you can see, as soon as you walk in, this is the room, and then we have a window here, and then this door here goes to the ensuite, the bathroom and closet. So for an accent wall, definitely has to be this back wall right here. Also, that's where we want our bed to go, and 2 nightstands, so when you walk in, the bed faces you. And I just think this would be perfect. So we're gonna do the shiplap all the way across here, and I honestly think it's just gonna be so perfect. So we're finishing taking off the outlet covers, and then once that is done, we're gonna take off the baseboard. And then once that is done, we're gonna start measuring the wall, marking the shiplap, and cutting it, and then start nailing it into the wall. I'm really excited. By the way, we bought actual shiplap from Home Depot. We're not gonna do like the nickel gap thing. I know it is cheaper to do it that way, but we don't really wanna fuss with it. We just wanna do the easiest way possible, especially since this is our first time. So that is what we're going with. We bought the white shiplap, 16 foot, it's 16 foot wide, right baby? So it's 16 foot wide. We will have to cut it down because our wall is about 14 feet, I believe. And so we didn't want to have to like piece it together with the shorter one. So we just figured to get 16 foot wide, and then we got 20 boards. We only need, I think, 19 and a half. So with one of the boards, we're gonna have to cut it in half. But yeah, so we're gonna do about 19 and a half tall. So I'm really excited. I think it's gonna look good. And of course, we're gonna keep the shiplap white. I just think that would look really good with the gray walls, the white, you know, ceiling and stuff, just to have like the white accent shiplap wall. We got the baseboards off, and now we're gonna go ahead and just measure the wall so we can measure the shiplap and get them cut to the length of the wall. Just wanna give you guys a little progress update here. So we had a board mishap, not today, but a couple days ago, where it broke in half. So we're just gonna put that on the bottom and like caulk it and piece it together so it looks like one. Don't worry, you guys, you'll see. But so yeah, he's already cut a little bit of the board so it can like go around on the outline there. Oh, you're gonna give him a little show. So you see it just goes perfectly right there. So we still haven't nailed anything in, but we are making progress. Because we had to go and get longer nails, and then obviously making the cuts around here so you guys can see. This part took the longest because it's very tedious, but dang babe, you got these cuts like perfect. I know, look at daddy.
This one's a little bit off, but the cover will cover it.
So no big deal. And we did have to get extenders for these because the Shiplap makes these. Did you do it? Let me see, what did you do?
I did this one.
You drew that line?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Good job, baby. Daddy's little helper over here. And this line right here is where we put 2 boards and just connected them, but we'll put caulk over it and sand it out and then paint and you won't even know. Have a wee bit of a problem. So we got the top board on here and then we realized with this one, when you kind of, I don't want to electrocute myself, but when you pop it back, you can see the hole there. Somehow we don't measure wrong. So he's a little upset about that because everything else, like if you see here, is perfect and on the other side is perfect as well. It's just this one is a little bit, you know, you can obviously see that. So Idam's plan to remedy this, since we don't use the whole length of the board, you know, we do cut some of it off, so we have like end pieces extra. He's just gonna measure, which he already did. Oh, you're already putting it on. So he already cut the piece and he's just gonna plop it on there, and then we're gonna do the same thing that we have to do down there with that like cut, that seam that you see. Just put caulk over it and then it'll just look seamless, like it's one whole piece. And just like that, it is fixed. So he is gonna, like, you know, put caulking here, so you won't even be able to tell this was an added piece. Leave it to my hubby to think of creative ways to like work around it. Like, I am very impressed with his creativity. But yeah, so we're definitely not gonna finish this today. Hopefully tomorrow we will, but we're hoping that we can at least get all of the boards up today, because now that this part is done, this is like the hardest part, this and then the first board, because of like the base board measuring around. Hopefully, I hope you guys can hear me, but hopefully like once this is done, it'll just fly by. I should time it actually. Let's see, it is currently 5:48 p.m. So let's see how long it takes to get the rest of the boards on the wall. We are halfway there, so we have 10 boards. We only need 9 more to go. I think it's 9.5 technically, but I am so excited. This looks so freaking good. And again, ignore all the dirty marks. All of that is gonna get wiped down. In case you don't know with like shiplap, because I didn't know this until obviously researching myself, all like the nail gun holes, well not this part here, but the nail gun holes you guys see here, we'll put putty over it, and when it dries, you know, it won't even really be able to tell. For instance, Idam did put some right here, and you can't even really tell, which is pretty awesome. The purple means it's not fully dry yet, so definitely a great idea from the hubs. All right, you guys, we are done for the night. One of the boards, Idam didn't do it, but we're assuming when we rented a truck to bring everything here, 2 boards broke, and that's how we makeshifted them on the bottom there. So it's like 2 broken boards we put together as one. Anyways, one of the boards cracked, and of course it was the very last board that we put up. So we already nailed it. We nailed it down, and then I noticed it. So I was like, you know what? If we just caulk it, you guys won't even know. So that's what he's doing now, so it dries for tomorrow. As you can see, we did not go all the way up. And the reason why is we ran out of boards. So since the 2 boards broke when we were transporting it over, we are down 2 boards. So we do need to go to Home Depot and get 2 more boards, but we don't have a truck and we don't want to rent a truck. We rented a truck last time just to bring 2 boards over. So my dad is coming on Monday with his truck. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Home Depot with him, also get his military discount, and get the 2 boards that we need, and then that'll be it. So for tomorrow, because it's already 7:45, so what, took us 2 hours to get the rest of the boards up? Yeah, 2 hours. That's not bad, I don't think. So tomorrow what we're gonna do is just go in and put the putty in all of like the nail gun holes, and that way that is done. It is getting late. We need to eat dinner. We haven't even had dinner yet, and I know our poor daughter is so bored. She's literally been such a trooper. She's the best kid ever. So what we're gonna do then is just cover up the holes tomorrow, and that's basically it. We do have leftover paint when we painted our ceilings, but we don't know if that's going to be enough for everything. So we're gonna take a look at it and try to decide if it is. If it is gonna be enough, then we'll just paint what we already have done. And we do have quarter round that we are putting in on the side, and we'll wanna paint that as well, but kind of to be determined for tomorrow. So this is definitely gonna be about a 3-day project for sure, because tomorrow is just covering up the holes, and then that's all we can do until Monday when my dad comes. So like I said, for now, we're just gonna table it, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
The next day.
Good morning, you guys. It is day 2 of doing the shiplap in our room. We just got to the house. It's 10:55 in the morning, and it honestly looks amazing. We've been checking out different parts where like the board broke, the little mishap with cutting it out, and like the cracked board, and it looks so good. Like you can't even tell that there was any problem with the board. So you can see right here, this is where we added the piece of wood, and you cannot even tell. We still have to sand it down and then paint it, but I mean, it looks so good. There's also the same thing with the cracking at the top, and then where we put 2 boards together as one at the bottom. It seriously looks just so good. So what we decided to do, instead of having to wait a couple of days to finish, because we only need 2 boards, you know? So we can get 8-foot boards of shiplap. So he's gonna get 4 8-foot boards, and then just put them together, and then where the line is, like the seam, we'll just cover it up, sand it down, and then when we paint the whole thing, you won't even know it's 2 boards as one. So that's what we're gonna do to make it work. That way we can get this project finished today. So while he goes to Home Depot to get those boards, I'm gonna go in with like the putty. I don't know what it's called. It is Drydex Spackling. So this stuff right here. So I'm gonna take this and put it over all of like the nail gun holes. That way that gets filled up and it takes time to dry, because it goes on, I think it's purple. My daughter says it's pink. So it goes on whatever color this is, and then you know it's dry once it turns white. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this while he runs to Home Depot. And all the holes are all patched up. You will see on this side that they are purple, pink, whatever color you want to call it. But they are still that color because I just finished them and they haven't dried yet. Whenever they dry, it'll look like this side, or I should say like the bottom, and be all completely white. Idam literally just got home from Home Depot and got the 4 boards that we need. So all we gotta do is just measure, throw them up, and then I guess we can check what I did just to see if any of them, like the holes are deep and we need to like do an extra coat, or I don't know, you guys. I am not a DIYer. I am not a construction person. Oh, thanks, baby. So yeah, I know I'm probably saying a lot of verbiage wrong. So if you are a DIYer, a construction person, or you know anything about this kind of stuff and you're cringing because I'm not using the right words, I apologize. But this is honestly like the first project I've ever done. I've never done anything like this before. And I'm really honestly not even doing anything. The most I've done is literally this putty situation or whatever this stuff is called. But anyways, we're gonna start to measuring, start cutting, and getting the rest of the boards up. shiplap is officially up. Oh my gosh, it looks so freaking good. Like, it looks so good right now. I cannot wait to see it completely done and painted. So now what we need to do, not sure in what order, but just like a checklist, is we need to fill in that line, so where the two boards meet, and then we need to fill in the nail gun holes like the ones that he just did, and then we need to paint the quarter round, because we're gonna put quarter round on each side. That way it's just like a nice finish to the side, you know? So we need to paint that white and then nail gun that in, and then cover those holes up from the nail gun. And then we need to wipe it down and paint it all white. And then also at the very top, we need to get like a filler. So that way, because this is not just our wall, it's a lot of walls in houses, but they are not perfectly straight. They're not perfectly level. There's like a wave in them. So because of that, you can't really tell too much, but I think because it's my house or my wall, like I can tell and see the difference. But there's like some gaps, which is very minuscule, but some gaps are wider or bigger than others. So if we put in that filler at the top, then you won't even know, and it'll just all be very seamless. So this should probably be done today, I'm thinking now, which is exciting. I'm really excited. I'm just excited just to see like all of the actual wood of the shiplap being up. Like I am so excited. We are back from Home Depot, and my husband just got done sanding down the shiplap and just wiping it down with a rag, and now he's getting ready to install the quarter round. Then once he does that, then we just have to cover up the nail holes, and then we need to paint, and then I don't know which step we're gonna do everything in. We have to do this bad boy here. This is what we got at Home Depot, and this is Fast Try Latex Caulk Plus Silicone. So I guess you can do it like within 20 minutes, but I don't know. It's specifically for paint projects. So we got this, and this is going to go along the top. I'll show you guys. So that is gonna go along the very top, so like touching the ceiling. We're not going to put quarter round at the very top. We just like the idea of only having the quarter round on each side. So you can see he just put them in here. They're not installed, he just set them up. So yeah, we're gonna do it all along the top, so that way it kind of seals it and gives it like a more clean and finished look. And then we just have to paint. So I am so excited. We're literally almost done. Like, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I wanted a shiplap room for so long, and I just think like in the bedroom, I don't know, I just think it'll be really nice, a really nice accent wall, especially because coming from, you know, the living room and looking, like you can just see it, and I'm excited. We got the caulking all done at the top, and then my husband also did each side of the quarter round. That way it just fills in the gap. It just looks a little bit cleaner. And we got everything kind of taped off here because my husband is starting painting. So what we decided to do is we're going to paint inside the cracks first, just because some of them are a little bit dirty, and just to make it a little bit cleaner. So we're gonna go through with a paintbrush and do each like line or crack and give that a paint. So we're gonna do all of that, and then once that is done, then go through and then paint each board. So this is what we're looking like. We got one coat done, and we weren't able to completely finish it because we did run out of paint. So we haven't touched the quarter round, so if you see that looking a little funky, that's why. but we did do 1 coat over the entire shiplap. So this will have to be a 3-day project. We ran out of paint, like I said, and we didn't buy paint. We actually had leftover paint from the ceilings. So we're like, oh, let's try to use this up and see if it would work for all of it. And unfortunately it didn't. So we will have to buy just like another small can, do 1 more coat, and then do the quarter round, and we'll be done. So it'll be a 3-day project for us. But this is all that we can do right now. It is 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, and I will see you guys whenever we come back to finish painting. Good morning, you guys. It is day 3 of our shiplap project, and it's actually been 3 days since we've last filmed. The past couple of days, we've literally just been moving out of our apartment and moving into our home, which is so crazy to say our home. We stayed the night for the very first night last night. So we definitely want to get the shiplap wall painted. That way, hopefully by tomorrow, which will actually be Thanksgiving, we'll be able to be sleeping in our room and get the furniture organized in our room. But my husband Idam already started painting like the bottom half, so I'll show you guys the difference. So I'm sure you guys can tell the difference. The top is obviously the old, the bottom is the new paint. We just bought new paint at Home Depot yesterday, and the guy helped us pick us out like the best paint for it. And we ended up going, oh, why aren't you focusing? And we ended up going with an eggshell. That way we can clean the wall, because actually the top part is a flat, so it wouldn't really be easy to clean. But it looks really, really good, and I am excited, and I cannot wait to show you guys the finished project. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at the finished shiplap wall. I am so in love, so obsessed. My husband freaking killed it. Oh my gosh, I love it. High five, honey boo. You did awesome. It is the next morning. It's actually Thanksgiving Day, so happy Thanksgiving, except this is gonna be, happy Thanksgiving. This is gonna be belated because this video is obviously going up after Thanksgiving, but it's currently Thanksgiving. We let the paint dry on the shiplap. We just wanted to make sure, you know, it was good to go before we moved our furniture in last night. Also last night, I was like up late unpacking the kitchen. Happy Thanksgiving. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put our furniture in, and I cannot wait to see our furniture in with the shiplap wall. Just seeing it like from, you know, the living room looking in, it just looks so good. So before I end the video, I wanna give you guys one last shot of the shiplap wall with our furniture, and I'm so in love. Like, my husband killed it. So you can see from the doorway, like there's the shiplap wall and there's, you know, like just the regular gray wall. And it just looks so good, just like walking by. Oh, I am so in love with it, and I'm so happy. And here is our finished bedroom. I am seriously so obsessed and so in love with how the shiplap looks. It couldn't have come out, honestly, any better. It looks so good. Thank you, baby, you're amazing. The furniture, we've had this furniture for 5-6 years now. We do want to get a king size bed. This is a queen, just for reference. I knew our master bedroom was big. I didn't realize it was this big, but we do want to get a king size bed. We've been wanting one for years, and we want to get a gray, I think it's like upholstered bed. So we do want to get one. We just don't know from where or whatever, but we just know the kind that we want. For the nightstands, I don't know what kind we want for the room, but this is how the room is gonna look like for now, just until, you know, we get a little bit more settled. But we really honestly don't have anything in the room other than our dresser, and then the bed and the nightstands and our lamps. But I am so obsessed and so in love with my shiplap wall, and I think once we have the king size bed and like a different bed, it'll look a million times better. But for now, I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing our master bedroom transformation with the shiplap wall. I am seriously so in love, so obsessed. I still can't believe my husband did this, because he's never done anything. No, not like that, babe. He said, wow, no faith. He's never done anything like this, ever. So this was definitely a first for him. And just the fact that he could like take boards that were broken and like fix them, and you can't even tell. He said if anyone needs someone. But just the fact that he took like broken boards or like 2 different boards and put them together, you can't even like see the lines. It's just so crazy to me. So I'm pretty impressed with my husband, I must say. But I hope you guys did enjoy seeing this transformation. Like I said, this is only like our 3rd or 4th day in the actual home, so we have a lot more decorating things to do, but the shiplap was one of the first things we wanted to get done, and I am so happy with it. The next area in our home we want to tackle is our laundry room, and then we also want to do a little something in the hallway. So if you like seeing like home transformations, definitely make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a future video. But I'm gonna go ahead and go, so I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.